One of the most iconic parts about the Nintendo Wii is its menu design based around TV channels to let you choose what you want to do on your Wii. And since we've already done a video on the top 10 best Wii games, I figured why not do a video on the top 10 best Wii channels or WiiWare or whatever you want to call it. Also, yes, the mic is in frame. I'm sick. I can't speak very loudly. Starting off, we have a Club Nintendo exclusive channel that a lot of you guys may not even know about called Grill Off with Ultra Hand. Now, I'll be the first to tell you that gameplay-wise, this is not a super fun game, but I remember logging on to Club Nintendo back in the day and seeing this as an option to use my points on and feeling like I was in some sort of exclusive club once I downloaded it. Maybe Club Nintendo, you could say. Was I disappointed with the gameplay? Yes, I'm sure everyone was. It's just your average burger time cooking game where you have to micromanage some food being cooked and make sure it doesn't burn, but you also have to make sure you don't get anything too early. Pretty neat, huh? Who am I kidding? This channel isn't number 10 because it's fun. It's number 10 because it's a Club Nintendo exclusive, so it's just really cool to own. The motion controls on this game are also supposed to simulate the Ultra Hand or whatever you call that thing, but this is one of the few times I actually did not enjoy the motion controls, and I generally like motion controls on the Wii. The Kinect is a different story, but we'll talk about that another day. I just wanted to bring up Grill Off with Ultra Hands mostly to see if any of you guys remember this channel or spent your hard-earned Club Nintendo points on it only to be disappointed like me. Plus, just like the top 10 Wii games video, we're only doing Wii exclusive, so all of the virtual console ports and stuff like Mega Man 9 are not allowed in this video, which leaves us with stuff like this. But it's only number 10, so I think it's a fair spot for Grill Off with Ultra Hand. The Ultra Hand thing, by the way, is based off of an old Nintendo toy from the 1960s, I believe, and the whole point of this game is to basically reference that, which again is pretty cool, and I think it's a great channel to know about, just not that great of a channel to actually play. Coming in at number 9, we have a bit of a weird one with Pokemon Ranch, but at least it's Pokemon, so that's good. I don't know a lot about Pokemon because I've never played a single Pokemon game in my entire life other than Pokemon Go, but from what I understand, there's been a few different games throughout the many generations of Pokemon that are meant to store and transfer your Pokemon between games. For example, I'm pretty sure Pokemon Box on the GameCube was meant to do the same thing, but I could be wrong, so if I am, please let me know down in the comments because I do not have $1,000 to spend just to learn about Pokemon Box. My Pokemon Ranch on the Wii seems to combine this idea with the Chow Garden from Sonic Adventure, which is something I think is very cool. It's not exactly like that, but you can interact with your Pokemon and do a lot of cool things with them on top of the whole storage and transfer aspect. I don't have much to say about this game because again, I haven't ever played a Pokemon game, but I do think this is pretty cool as far as Wii channels go, especially since you can play with your Pokemon. It's like Hey You Pikachu, but instead of just Pikachu, you have all your Pokemons. And it's just a fun little concept. You even get to use your own Miis as your profile and interact with your Pokemon through your Mii. And that's cool. But unfortunately for Pokemon Ranch, I must say I prefer Pokemon Ketchup. For number 8, we once again have a weird channel with WarioWare DIY Showcase. If you've never heard of WarioWare DIY or Do It Yourself, it was a game for the DS that let you make your own WarioWare minigames, and as a kid, I thought this was the coolest thing ever. I had a lot of fun making tons of Mega Man and Metroid inspired games, but here on the Wii, you can't make any games. So you may be thinking, hey, what's the point of this here channel then? Well, not only did this channel come with tons of games pre-installed for you to play with, but it also let you download minigames from your DS as well as other people's minigames that they uploaded online. So basically this was WarioWare DIY but with Super Mario Maker's online functionality about a decade before Mario Maker was released. You might think this would translate weirdly with 2 screens and a stylus to 1 screen, but using the Wii remote as a stylus works surprisingly well, and most minigames only needed 1 screen anyway. Plus you could use this channel to steal your friend's DS while they're sleeping over at your house and extract all of his finely crafted creations onto your Wii. Then you can meticulously put all of those games onto your DS and frame your friend for copying all of your game ideas. Kick him out of your company and take all the shares for yourself. You'll have 100% of your company's shares and stocks while your friend rots away at Guantanamo Bay for stealing your ideas. You shouldn't have fallen asleep so early, Kevin. Your games are now trademarked by Tooterp Incorporated. Coming in at number 7, we have Chess Challenge Wii. What? I like chess. I've made this clear in other videos. This is exactly what it seems like. It's online chess on the Wii. I think it's super cool that you're able to play this online, since playing against a computer can get old very quickly. But what makes this even better is that you're actually playing with your me against your opponent's me in a chess park. So in other words, this is the coolest way to play chess. Sometimes the angle can be a little annoying since it's hard to see where all the pieces are and what squares they're on, but since I can't imagine people playing blitz chess on this thing, it shouldn't be too big of a problem. You also get to use motion controls to make it feel like you are really moving the pieces on the board, just to add even more realism. Sure, you could just go to a real chess park and have this exact same experience, but there are no me's in real life. This is chess with me's, which is why I ranked it so high. I like chess and I like me's. You can't be upset with me for that. For number 6, we have one of the first channels that isn't really a game at all, the Everybody Votes channel. Anyone who's ever gone on the Wii Shop channel as a kid probably had this thing downloaded, since it was one of the only channels that you could get for free. And by golly, let me tell you, it's certainly worth the money. Just like the title says, everybody votes, and by everybody, they mean everyone. Every day, there were 2 or 3 questions asked, and you'd have to choose between 2 different answers. But you could have more than one me, actually a few different me's answer with different answers to the questions, each giving them their own personality. I remember I made my main me answer however I felt about the question, while I had other me's vote on which answer I thought would have the most votes, or the least votes, or vice versa. Then coming back the next day and seeing the results was way more fun than it had any right to be. I don't know how Nintendo manages to make such mundane things like voting so much fun, but I think some local politicians need to ask them for tips. I know this isn't really a game, and a lot of people might not agree with this pick, but as a kid, I unironically spent hours and hours with this and would genuinely be invested in the outcomes of these votes. On some really important critical questions, I would have every single one of my me's vote with the same answer, just so I'd be more likely to be on the winning side. Is that legal? Probably not, but I don't care. I was a kid, you can arrest me. Anyway, this channel is good and I don't care what anyone says. If you think this channel is bad, then you're bad. Get pwned. With those channels officially set in stone, it is time for the top 5 Wii channels of all time, but it's a shame that YouTube channels do not qualify as Wii channels because, well, obviously I'd be number 1, right guys? You know, with the whole Wii Wednesday thing I have going on here, right? What do you mean, no? Starting off the top 5, we have Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth. This is allegedly a remake of Castlevania The Adventure for the original Game Boy, except, well, allegedly is the best way to put it because this is pretty much an entirely original Castlevania game exclusive to one of those channels on your Wii, which is pretty cool. It's not the best Castlevania game ever made, but it plays like it came out in between Castlevania 3 and Super Castlevania, which is kinda weird, but I still enjoy this one. If you're a Castlevania fan, you need to play this game because it's definitely a fun playthrough, but like I said, it's not the best one ever made. But as far as exclusive Wii channels go, this is pretty cool. I mean, it's Castlevania, and virtual console titles are banned from this video, so we gotta take what we can get, guys. Besides, are you really gonna try to make an argument that Grill Off with Ultra Hand is a better Wii channel than this? I sure hope not. For number 4, we have a very similar game to Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth. Contra Rebirth. Yeah, this is pretty much the exact same concept, except this wasn't even really trying to be a remake. This is just straight up an original entry into the Contra franchise, and I hate to break it to you guys, but I generally like Contra more than Castlevania, and this is no exception. I don't get to talk about Contra much on this channel, and I should probably be careful since YouTube is very strict about that G word that the Contra guys use as a weapon, but this game is awesome and does a great job at representing the series on the Wii. Plus, this game literally has Che Guevara, who's that one guy that one of your friends probably has a poster of in their room. You know, this guy? Yeah, you know the one. He's literally in this game, which is a crazy reference for a Wii exclusive game, but I think that makes it even cooler. If you weren't convinced Contra Rebirth was better than Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth, hopefully that did it, but if not, just think about how much more of a mouthful it is to say Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth versus Contra Rebirth. Yeah, there's a reason Contra Rebirth is number 4 and Castlevania The Adventure Rebirth is back on number 5. For number 3, we have the most famous Wii channel of all time, the Homebrew channel. I mean, the me channel. Some of you guys probably didn't expect me to count this as a channel or consider this channel cheating, but guys, it's a channel on the Wii. That's what this video is about. This channel is not only fun, but it was also revolutionary for the time. You know how for a while, pretty much every game system let you have an avatar or a custom profile? Well, this started with the Wii and its Miis. And the Mii creator lets you make pretty much any kind of Mii you could ever want. You could make yourself or your grandma or Darth Vader. The opportunities were limitless. You didn't have to just make these guys for profiles either. Once you made a Wii, you could have all of them line up in the Mii channel in order for you to admire all of your creations. So my Wii just had a lot of these for fun. I would just have multiple Wiis. Some looked goofy, some were references of characters from TV, and it was just fun to have these in a collection. Plus, most Wii games that included Miis would put your Miis inside of the games. Like in Wii Sports, your Miis can be seen bowling alongside you and cheering for you in the crowd in a baseball game. Actually, in baseball, they were straight up on your team, which is just great. I can't praise the Mii channel enough. In fact, I probably should have put this higher on the list. Heck, I have half a mind to put this at number 1, but there are just a few channels that are a little better. But if you don't think the Mii channel deserves at least number 3, just think about it. What other channel can let you play baseball with Darth Vader, Mace Windu, Mario, Link, Master Chief, the handicap sign on a face? You know you've seen the Miis, you know the ones, you know how good this channel is, and if you don't, then you better subscribe. That's the only cure. That's the only cure to being you. For number 2, we have a channel that you'll love if you love the Mii channel, the Check Me Out channel. This was a channel that allowed you to download other people's Miis as well as upload your own. Are you tired of watching painfully boring tutorials on how to make Avatar: The Last Airbender as a Mii on your Wii on YouTube filmed off of a 240p tripod? Well, how about you just check out the Avatar: The Last Airbender contest held on the Check Me Out channel and browse the top 50 winners and just, download the one you like best? Not only could you download other people's Miis, but you could also enter your own Miis in contests as well as vote in these contests, just like the Everybody Votes channel. This is one of my favorite channels of all time, but it's one of those things where you just had to be there to really get the full enjoyment. You can still play this with Reconnect 24, which I will talk about on a Wii Wednesday one day, but it's just not the same as it being officially Nintendo. It's still great, don't get me wrong, but if you weren't there, I'm genuinely sorry for you. I have more than 100 Miis on my personal Wii downloaded from this channel, and before you say, hey, you can only store up to 100 Miis on your Wii, that's not even true, you nerd, because you can always make one of your Miis run for all of eternity to save space, but you wouldn't know about that unless you were a true Wii fan like me. There's a reason I'm running Wii Wednesdays around these parts. Anyway, this channel was great. Even voting on other people's Miis in contests was really fun, and the fact that Nintendo let you browse the top 50 is mind-blowing and is one of the best parts of this. How could you not enjoy browsing 50 different Darth Vaders and choosing the ones you like best to be a part of your baseball team? I'll tell you how. You can't. And by you can't, I mean you can't not enjoy it, meaning you will enjoy it. You know what I mean. This channel is amazing, but what could possibly be better than this? The number 1 channel on the Nintendo Wii is the Weather Channel. No, I'm just kidding. The Weather Channel is unironically great and gives me a lot of nostalgia since I did enjoy spinning the globe around and listening to the music, but it's not number 1. The real number 1 is yet another Club Nintendo exclusive, but this one is actually fun. It's of course Doc Lewis's Punch-Out. Not only do you get to feel like an exclusive Club Nintendo member, but you also get to have fun doing it. Unlike that stupid Super Arm game, this is literally extra content for Punch-Out on the Wii, which you all know is one of my favorite Wii games if you watched my last Wii Wednesday video. Shoutouts to my subscribers, by the way. I know you guys watched it. But you know how in Punch-Out Wii, you get to fight all of those wacky characters and even Donkey Kong? Well, in Doc Lewis Punch-Out, you get to fight Doc Lewis himself. This is fan service to the highest degree, and I don't mean in the anime way. Just as a Punch-Out fan, the concept of this is cool in itself. Plus, the gameplay is really fun. Plus, it's a Club Nintendo exclusive. This is about as good as it gets when it comes to Wii channels, though Check Me Out and the Me channel itself are pretty close. This channel is so good, I'll even make sure to include it on the Wiis I'm going to be selling to you guys on Whatnot. And I know I keep saying that, and you're probably wondering when I'm actually going to sell you guys these Wiis, but I just need to set up a PO box and a way to live stream from my phone, which is hard while uploading 2 videos a week. But I promise it's coming soon, and whenever I plan it, I will give you guys a date and a time in one of my videos, so stay tuned. Anyway, this game is super amazing, and despite only having a few different fights, you can get a lot of enjoyment out of this. Plus, the final form of Doc Lewis is not a pushover, so you actually have to have some great finger skills to take this guy down, as Mike Tyson once said. Anyway, I love this little extra that Nintendo released. I wish they did more channels like this that were Club Nintendo exclusives and weren't horrible like Ultra Hand, but at least we have this one to appreciate and enjoy as the best channel on the Nintendo Wii. Well, those are the top 10 best channels on the Nintendo Wii. Hopefully next Wii Wednesday I'll have a working capture card or maybe 100 fixed Wiimotes for you guys and, you know, a better video. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed as always. Or really, I should say, I really hope you guys enjoyed as always. Get it? I said wheelie, like Wii, like the Nintendo Wii. Do you guys get it? I hope you enjoyed this video.